Hello, everybody. My name's Andrew. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to tell you the story of my oldest, funkiest, and coolest deer that I've ever had the pleasure to hunt. In order to tell this story properly, we have to go back to 2024. I found a piece of ground that was for sale, and I decided to buy it. When I bought it, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know the first thing about buying land, selling land, land prices. I just knew that I loved to hunt deer and I needed a place to do it. Having your own piece to manipulate how you want, manage deer how you want, and to work on each and every day. So I spent the first 6 months of ownership meticulously crafting everything that I could on my limited budget and my limited know how because I'd never owned land before and there was a lot that I needed to learn. Buying it in February left me a few short months to get ready for the October opener for Ohio's archery season. I ran trail cameras all summer, ran feed, planted beans, cut timber, did what I could, and hung my stands. And when the October opener came, I did what I could do, and the cards were already dealt. It was my job to play them. Heading into the season, I didn't really have many target bucks. In fact, I can't say that I had one. So as the season progressed and the rut came on, new bucks filtered in and out. Nothing really caught my eye, maybe a few 3-year-olds here and there, but the goal of buying this land was to grow something truly special. So I wasn't shooting the first 3-year-old that came by, or maybe even the first 4-year-old that came by. I was holding out for something unique, giant, or old. One morning, I woke up to a trail camera picture from something that I had never seen before, in both a good and kind of weird way. It took me a second to really figure out what I was looking at when I first saw the trail camera notification, and to be honest, I'm still not sure what I'm looking at. When you look at this deer, he's one of a kind. I've never seen anything like it, and I couldn't have been happier to wrap my tag around him. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. There was still a lot of work to do to catch up with this deer. This deer is old. This isn't his first rodeo, let alone his first rut. He knows all the tricks. He's been in this block for upwards of 5 years. He knows where people hunt, he knows where they don't, and he knows where the does are. He knows where he's safe and he knows where he's not. And he made that very apparent. Being so sporadic and daylighting most of the time in the middle of the day while I was at work, or just simply a time I couldn't be in the stand, he was giving me the slip. Finally, I'd have my first encounter with him. November 6th, clocks fall back every year. And me being me, I set my alarm wrong and I got into the woods late. Knowing that I would get in late, I opted for a set that was close to my access so that way I wouldn't bump any deer going through the timber at prime time. So I walk into my set, I'm walking on a trail, and I hear a deer crashing through the brush in front of me. 30 seconds later, I see a frame coming through the brush. I look up and instantly know it's him. His distinct drop tine was a dead giveaway. He looked at me in the eyes from 20 yards away, and at that moment, I knew he was what I wanted to wrap my tag around. He was on the neighbor's property, and he saw right through my disguise. He could tell what I was there for. He didn't waste a second, shoved his hoof in the dirt, turned around, and was gone. I didn't have much to go off on this encounter other than I knew that he was in the area. And usually when he was in the area, he was there for a couple days. But when he was not in the area, he was gone. I don't know where, I don't know why, and I didn't know when he would return. I started to realize that he would be on my property for 5 days and then he would be gone for maybe 5 or 6. He was doing this on and off thing. When he was here, he was all over the place. When he was gone, nowhere to be found. After hunting very hard the whole month of November and wearing myself out, I finally came up with a plan. He had been gone for 5 days, the pressure was rising, it was my time to make my move. Late in the rut, my hopes were pretty much shot, as any hunter knows that hunts the rut hard. The longer you go, the more grim it gets, and the rut can absolutely break a hunter. I looked up, I caught a glimpse of a rack about 100 yards away. He shook his head, revealing his position, and my eyes were fixed on him. I immediately grabbed my binoculars, and as soon as my eyes hit the glass, I knew it was him. A deer I call Plan B. About 100 yards away with a doe. I was at the mercy of her. Wherever she went, he went. So my eyes quickly went from being fixed on him to being fixed on her. Every step she took, I overanalyzed and was trying to come up with a reason on why she wasn't coming towards me. It felt like forever. They really didn't move. They kind of just hung out, acknowledged each other, and didn't have any agenda to go anywhere. But all of a sudden, she got the urge to move. and she picked a fork in the trail that went away from me. I thought it was over. The one trail that she had to take, she didn't take, that would come right by me. But luckily, through the thick brush, he lost sight of her. He came by, grabbed a drink, hopped over the creek, and took the wrong trail. This is what I like to call fate. God had his hand in this deer, and my persistence was about to pay off. Into an opening that I had ranged earlier, 25 yards, a chip shot for any archery hunter. You can't mess this up. No twigs in the way, nothing to obstruct your shot, nothing to obstruct your vision. It's basically a fast break layup. So I drew back, settled my pin, and instantly I knew what happened. I shot him back, I didn't stop him, my pin slid, and I hit him in the guts. Any hunter that's hunted long enough knows this feeling. Absolute agony. But luckily, I knew exactly what to do. I watched him take off, I observed where he went, and I backed out of there. I climbed down my tree, I took the furthest route away from where he was, and I got out of there. I called my buddy with a drone, he flew it up, and he confirmed that, yep, what I had thought happened, happened.
Hmm?
That's a dead deer.
No.
Oh, nope.
Nope. It's a buck.
Is that him?
That might be fun.
It's a buck.
I thought it had its feet kicked out. Like,
It looked like its feet were kicked out.
That's him.
Definitely him.
Yeah, it's
Who's
him.
that though?
I hit him in the guts, he ran 100 yards, bedded down, and he was there for the night. I didn't know I was about to embark on the most grueling 20 hours of my deer hunting career. So we put him to bed, knowing that he was still alive, hoping that he wouldn't get up and that he'd be in the same spot in the morning. So the drone came back out after a long night of no sleep, tossing and turning, and thinking of every possibility that could possibly happen. Morning came. My buddy with the drone came back out, and we searched the area, and there he was, right where we marked him the night before, still bedded, still alive. 12 hours later. Being the middle of the week, I had to go to work, so I went to work and thought meticulously about what the deer's thinking, what he's going to do, if he'll get up, if he's even going to die. Was it a shot that wasn't as good as I thought it was? Was it going to kill him? I didn't know. I didn't have any answers. I had hope, though. After work, I met up with the drone operator, and we put the drone up once again, for the third time. Now, with every inch that the drone flew closer, and I didn't see his pin, my heart began to sink. We didn't see any thermal sign, and we figured that he had gotten up. When we switched to the real camera, not the thermal camera, that's when it hit me. Please be dead.
If he's up and out of there, no, he's still there.
Really?
You can see it.
Please be dead, please be dead, please be dead, please be dead. It's still just on that pin, man.
Yeah.
That makes me hopeful, though.
He's still alive.
He moved.
Oh, he's dead!
He's dead.
He's dead! Yes! He's dead, thank God!
He was laying there dead. The job was done. The deer was dead. Now, it's super unfortunate that was a bad shot and it took as long as it did, but it was absolutely thrilling knowing that he was dead and that he was mine. I couldn't wait to go recover him. Oh, that is the craziest. Wow.
Turn his rack to the side again.
This way?
Yeah. Wow.
No matter how big of a deer I kill or how crazy of a deer I kill, I don't think I'll ever top this one. Along with the story, this deer was one of a kind for a lot of reasons, and he'll always mean the most to me. My first deer off my own ground, the craziest deer I've ever shot, and so far the oldest deer I ever shot. And it's really hard to find a 7-year-old whitetail in today's world, especially in Ohio. And with that, I think that wraps up the craziest story I have on hunting a deer. Go down in the comments and tell me yours. I love whitetail stories and I want to hear more. If you'd like this, follow and subscribe, and I hope to get more content out to you soon. Happy hunting.